Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble HEROIC campaign guide, I'm going to show you how to take down Uhk'loc and U'cha in Undead Crater. Uhk'loc and U'cha are one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. This is just such an incredibly well-built, well-balanced and fun encounter. So we have the monkey duo over here, and this is U'cha, and U'cha is going to walk around in a circle over here. He's going to keep walking around this circle. He's a melee character. Then we have Uhk'loc, who is just going to sit over here and has a banana gun. And what happens next is that if you kill U'cha, then Uhk'loc's banana gun gains infinite range, and then it's just going to spurt down single target damage. Note that it can only kill one mini at a time, so squads are something that it's really vulnerable to. If you send out something like chickens, it's going to kill chickens one at a time. However, once the gun gets infinite range, it will shoot at the closest target, and it will not change targets until the target is dead. So if at any moment your base is the closest target, then it's just going to shoot until your base is down. And it will go down pretty quickly. So there's some risk involved with that. However, if you kill Uhk'loc first, then U'cha is going to beeline towards your base and start smacking your base. However, he can be tanked on the way. So if you have tanks that you can send, then those will delay him. Another thing that makes this tremendously fun encounter is that they have a really well-balanced army, with Stonehoof Torrents, with Huntresses, with Murlocs, with Raptors, with Bat Riders. So they have a bit of an answer to everything, which means that your army also needs answers for pretty much everything, and then you need to use your minis so that you will use the right minis against their minis in order to win those encounters. So just a tremendously fun encounter. I generally prefer to take Uhk'loc down first, because I find it easier to handle the monkey coming towards my base rather than facing potentially infinite damage and infinite range. And if I, for some reason, let's say I'm approaching with chickens and they play a Bat Rider and all those chickens die and I don't have a mini closer, then my base is just going down. I had a couple of instances of that when I tried it the other way around. But either way is fine. You can kill either monkey first. Then there are two chests in this map, here, and there are some gold veins over here. So you really want to try to take these chests as often as you can and try to mine as often as you can and not give that gold to the enemy. U'cha, even though it circles around the chests, it does not claim the chests. It also does not claim the meeting stone. So you can grab this meeting stone, and unless some other minis come there, it will not be claimed to Uhk'loc and U'cha. U'cha does not claim stone, does not claim chests. So U'cha passes by a chest and then you can grab it. So, for example, that kind of things can happen. But yeah, a fun encounter where I try to attack typically from here, get the ranged monkey down first, and then intercept and get down the other one before it reaches my base. And here is my army against Uhk'loc and U'cha. As is typical for many of these higher level heroics, I built an army that has 4 core minis and then 2 flex slots, so that you will always be able to use your army bonus slots. In this case, the core minis are the Whelpex, the chickens, the Quillboar, and the safe pilot. So I use these every time. And here the flex spots in this Horde army are the Stonehoof Tauren and the Bat Rider. So chickens and Whelpex are really good against Uhk'loc, because that ranged damage dealer only hits one target at a time. They can do great things there. Also, chickens are great DPS against U'cha, but U'cha has an AoE attack, which means that you have to turn it away from the chickens, in which case Quillboar comes in really handy. And then I have Safe Pilot. Safe Pilot can do multiple things. Can kill some of the minis, it can kill the Bat Riders, I don't have a lot of anti-air in this, and it can claim chests as well. I also use Quillboar to claim chests, so claiming chests is really important here. And then the flex slots. For the flex slots, one slot I want to use for a tank. In this case it's a Stonehoof Tauren. I have used many different tanks for this. And the other slot, it's either some kind of AoE damage dealer, or it's some kind of an unbound, cheap unbound that can claim chests for me. So one or the other. And these are what I have for Horde. Whereas, for example, for Undead, I'm using Abomination as my tank, and then I have Skeletons, cheap mini that can claim me some chests. Over Beasts, I have Stonehoof Tauren as a tank here, and then I have Harpies as a damage dealer. Just a little bit flexible with those slots, but you will all see how it makes sense in the gameplay footage. I have gameplay footage with all families, and this is what the boss looks like in action. Alright, here we go. Heroic, Uhk'loc and U'cha with Alliance. So first thing, I want to take that chest. The other chest is basically lost for the first time. I can't get that. And then Whelp Egg Bomb. Whelp Egg Bomb is great against Murlocs. It's great against the Raptors. It's great against the Tauren. Also chickens can kill Taurens. So now we have Whelp Egg Bomb, and that Whelp Egg Bomb was on the bridge, so it also dealt damage to multiple targets. I'm sending out some chickens against Uhk'loc, and life is just looking really good. And here I want to get to mining. You want to get to mining as soon as possible there. It's quite important so the enemy does not have an opportunity to start mining. Alright, I've taken a chest. I've mined a little bit. I have my minis fighting against the monkey duo. Everything is looking good. I have an opportunity here to grab that chest real quick before anyone arrives. And boom, see, it can be claimed even though U'cha is nearby. But of course, if there's other minis nearby, then you're in trouble, especially if U'cha is there and you try to claim the chest, and then U'cha will kill your stuff, and then the other minis will arrive. Anyway, here I'm sending some chickens out against Uhk'loc. Uhk'loc is taking a fair bit of damage. Sending out some footmen against U'cha, so things are looking quite alright. So at this point, what I would need is a little bit of additional pressure on Uhk'loc, and then I would need to fight against U'cha after that. So I'm trying to save a little bit of gold here. I have a little bit of gold, and then I could also send my units out there. Let's see if we can make that happen. Here we go, here we go. Alright. U'cha is coming, but I have footmen meeting it. And then turn it around with the quill boar and send chickens for the finish. And boom. That's the story. Let's do that again with beasts. This time I have Tauren as my tank. Again, trying to get that chest really quickly. The first chest, the leftmost chest, is lost. The enemy will be there too quickly, you can't get it. But you can get the rightmost chest, and then you try to get to mine. Note that the enemy can shoot at your miner from top of the bridge. So you need to be a little bit wary about that sometimes. But getting to mine is very important. Now we're getting to mine. We also get our Stonehoof Tauren up against the Huntress, but yeah, just barely in time. I'm not sure if that was actually good enough. Those chickens, too many chickens perished at the hands of the Huntress. Now I see that, okay, Stonehoof Tauren is coming from the left. I sent Harpies, so I'm trying to counter whatever the AI is sending at me, and I try to get the chests. So here I have an opportunity to grab both chests with unbounds. I send unbounds. Chests are grabbed. They are mine. And here we go, sending out some units against Uhk'loc. Now there's a group of Murlocs approaching. I'm wondering if I should do something about them. Probably needed to send that Tauren a little bit earlier. I think that would have been fine. Anyway, it managed to also kill the Huntress, so getting these valuable trades. And now the Raptors are approaching, so I wait a little bit until they're a tiny bit closer, so that I can position the Harpies there to both kill the Raptors and then kill the Batrider. It's all about getting these valuable trades, just trying to get superior trades here, while keeping the economy in my hands, and then whittling down the monkey duo. Sometimes also it is possible that U'cha is going to die first, in which case you have to be really fast and careful not to run out of minis, in which case Uhk'loc would just shoot your base. But typically I try to kill Uhk'loc first at least. Alright, here we go again. Now that can't fight against that Huntress, that's a little bit sad. Because they have such a well-balanced army, which means that there are always going to be counters. But here you can also do stuff like this. Here, chickens kill the Huntress, because Huntress committed on shooting at my base, and once Huntress is shooting at my base, then it cannot change targets, which means that chickens right on top of the Huntress, and boom, Huntress goes down. Now, that was a little bit of a mistake. I should have waited a second longer to get those Harpies into the fight faster. Anyway, now, U'cha would really like to destroy my base, but U'cha is very far away from my base. So it's going to take U'cha a while before U'cha is able to actually get there, and While U'cha is trying to get there, I'm just sending out troop after troop on top of it, and down it goes. Next up, Uhk'loc and U'cha with Blackrock. Here, as a tank, I'm using a Molten Giant, because Molten Giant would be good at tanking U'cha specifically. Not so much against the elemental damage of Uhk'loc, but against the physical damage of the melee monkey, that would be fine. But I'm not actually sure if there's that many opportunities for me to even use that in this one. Well, here I get... Well, it is nice against Huntress. Huntress deals physical damage. Hey, look, I have an armored tank here. Even though it's -4 levels, then boom, it's still coming in. Alright, here we go, here we go. Just trying to stabilize for the time being. Those Firehammers are also really scary. They have the Fury talent, they will start dealing so much damage if you just leave them be for a while. I'm trying to grab the chests, I'm also trying to grab the stones when I can, because remember, U'cha does not reclaim the stones. So, if you get a stone, then it will be yours for quite some time, unless a mini happens to wander in that direction. But as you can see, that Firehammer, very often these minis just walk down the shorter path and they don't go through the stone, which means that you just get to keep that stone and you sometimes even get to mine from there. So I have both stones at the moment. I missed the chest, that's a little bit awkward. I could have dropped a Molten Giant, I guess, in order to fight against the Huntress. Now I let my base tank the Huntress. I'm not sure if that was a good decision. Maybe it wasn't. Here I'm going to be able to catch the Murlocs though, which is nice. I'm under some pressure from the Stonehoof Tauren, that's not cool. Yeah, this is actually not great at all right now. Yep, I'm taking scary amounts of damage here. Hoppy's coming in to rescue at the last moment. That defense was definitely not something that you want to copy. Anyway, Uhk'loc has went down, my attack was successful, and U'cha is trying to come in, but I managed to kill it, but just barely managed to defend there. A little bit weak defense. Then up against Uhk'loc and U'cha with Horde. Horde went really well, if I remember correctly. This was really nice. Again, using the Flameek bomb, grabbing the rightmost chest, getting to mine. So, the basic start. Grab chests, bomb Murlocs, mine, grab some stones, and Stonehoof Tauren doing a great job here as well. I don't have a lot of tools against those Batriders. They are a bit of a weakness, and here -3 level safe pilot does not kill the Batrider without the shot. -2 levels kills it immediately, so if you do it with very low levels, it can get a little bit awkward. Anyway, we're getting ready. We're attacking Uhk'loc, which actually turned around. That didn't go so well. So yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. I do manage to grab the chest, I think. Actually, I don't. Ouch. Yeah, that sometimes happens. If you're trying to get the chest, U'cha doesn't claim the chest, but if it has other minis with it, then it just helps those other minis claim the chest. So now I need to try to grab this chest real quick, and then it's time to send out some chickens and time to send out some whelpegs. Let's go in and attack the ranged monkey. And here we go. Again, you can see how having the safe pilot at 19 instead of 20 really makes life a little bit less happy. Here we have Stonehoof Tauren. Okay, Stonehoof Tauren is vulnerable to chickens. That's going to be excellent. Here we go. That's a dangerous push, because both of those minis can deal a lot of damage. I needed to use a whelpeg bomb in order to mitigate that. Here I'm able to grab the chest. Alright, that's nice. Also not able to destroy the chest at once. So lots of small awkward things because of the levels. U'cha right now seems to be a little bit stuck. It gets stuck on semi-regular basis on this map when there's a bigger push coming and U'cha is trying to go in, and yeah, then it can definitely get stuck. It can be an advantage, but it's not always useful to have it get stuck. Either way, we're doing a pretty good job here. The defense has held for the most part. I'm getting some gold. Both of the monkeys are at low health. Things are looking fine. That Huntress was awkward, but I have exactly a Huntress counter here because I have the Stonehoof Tauren. I can send that and look at that Huntress go. Boom. 2 level advantage, same as no advantage. Now I need to send the chickens to kill that Stonehoof Tauren because I can't let it charge into my base. If it gets charged into my base, that's a huge problem. And I need to use a Welbex here as a bomb. It's a mine, it's a trap. Just to kill those. Just to kill those raptors. I'm a little bit on the defensive now. I mean, Monkey Duo does not have a lot of health. They are very, very low on health. All I need is to get a little bit of a push. If my defense is successful, just one push might do it. Now U'cha died, which means that now if I was out of minis, then Uhk'loc would have destroyed my base, but few chickens saved me, just barely. And one more time with the field, this time with the Undead, and well, as you can see, we're doing the same things over and over again. We're grabbing the chest, and now actually there's no good bomb target. There's very often Murlocs or something that you can bomb, but now there isn't. And the Firehammer is walking close enough that if I send my miner too early, then the Firehammer is going to just turn around and kill my miner. So I waited a little bit, and then I sent in the miner. I also sent that Abomination to tank, and then I sent some chickens to add some more DPS so that enemies will go down a little bit faster. Again, using the Welbex here as a bomb, and look at those Welbex doing spectacular work. And here, that was beautiful. Welbex were just above the bridge so that the Huntress couldn't see them, which meant that they also managed to take more than half of Huntress's health. That was a little bit lucky as well. Anyway, here we are. I should take the chest, right? Yeah, I am taking the chest. And I need to send something to grab the other chest. It was open, but U'cha does not claim chests, which is an important observation. Trying to protect my base, trying to get an attack going. Oh, but Bat Riders do foil my plans on semi-regular basis. It can be useful to keep a little bit of track on where Bat Riders are going. Because if you can get a good attack in with Bat Rider not being available for the AI, it's going to be beautiful. Oh, that skeleton tanking the Huntress and allowing chickens to kill it. That was lucky. But hey, we take that. Playing some skeletons at my meeting stone, because then there will be more skeletons thanks to my talent on those. And here I don't want to let them have that chest. Yeah, Billboard, please go in and kill the enemy and take the chest for me. Wonderful, and chickens take the other chest. And then I don't want chickens to meet U'cha, because then U'cha is just going to use AoE attack and kill them. So I have the chickens go around the long way, so that they will attack Uhk'loc instead. But then there was a Bat Rider, and my beautiful plan went nowhere. Sometimes. But we have more chickens coming, and we have more Welbex coming. And we can also send a miner out there. So overall, things are looking really, really good right now. Uhk'loc is going down, and now U'cha wants to attack my base. But I'm in a fine position. I have time. I have gold. I can get an Abomination that can tank it for a little while. And I have chickens coming in from behind that are going to hit it. And then I can also turn it around if it gets through the Abomination with the Quillbore and send more chickens, but it's already down, so boom. That's how you take down Uhk'loc and U'cha in Un'goro Crater. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.